Hi guys, I hope I'm not too overexposed. I feel like this window tends to do it. But I think we're like into the second week of quarantine now, and I just wanted to do a little chat with you guys. So I'm drinking some cherry berry out of this really cute cup my friend Kiana gave me like a while ago. Like I was in a sorority, and at least in my sorority, when people like graduate from the sorority, they always have like the opposite of a little, essentially. Like if you guys know anything about sororities or Google it, basically, if you're big, you give your little gifts, but when you graduate or whatever from the sorority, the little, which she wasn't my little, but my little was on probation, so she technically couldn't give me anything. So Kiana was my step-in little, she's a really good friend of mine. She's Hawaiian. She's the sweetest person I know, honest to God, probably. Just a very genuine, kind person. That being said, she gave me this mug, and it's just like one of my favorites. It's so aesthetic and like very me, because I like floral designs. That being said, I'm on my third drink of the day, which I know is absurd, but like we're also in quarantine, and I'm trying to like curb my appetite by just drinking more liquids. Even though most drinks are like pretty high in calories, especially the milky ones. So I've had a decaf honey latte today with oat milk. That one was pretty good. I think I still need to tweak the recipe. However, my second drink, which I briefly showed you guys, was a matcha with honey. That was really good. I'm personally right now, that's my favorite drink. I just need to really master what to do with sugar-free oat milk, because regular oat milk and espresso is really good, but when you get the sugar-free one, you have to like tweak it, right? And then now I was like, okay, I was gonna have a hot chocolate, but I was like, that's a lot of dairy or fake dairy drinks for a day, so I'm just drinking some tea. Okay, so I was watching the statistics on my last video, which you guys seem to really like. It was the West Elm Furniture Building one. I think people in general just really like moving vlogs. Fiona, she really likes the office chair that I sit on, which I showed in that vlog if you guys want to see it. Anyways. So I actually got likes on that one, which is absurd because I've been doing this channel now for like a year and a half, I can't remember. So if you guys don't know, I used to actually have a channel like way back that is so cringy to think about, but like when I was in high school, I used to do makeup videos because I thought it would make it big as a beauty guru or whatever. Truth be told, I don't do that much for makeup, at least nowadays as an adult. Like I feel like everyone goes through that high school phase where they try a bunch of makeup to see what they're really into. Which I did in high school, and then I recorded a bunch of videos, and then I went away to college, and I like kept that channel up for like 2-3 years, but when I went away to college, I couldn't maintain it, because obviously it's a little strange to like record yourself, especially with roommates and all that. I feel like nowadays it's more normalized. That being said, I didn't continue it in college, so I ended up deleting the channel, but I used to get like a solid amount of likes sometimes on that one. I made a really good friend on YouTube. So it's just nice to kind of have a following. I'm going to be more consistent, especially now that we are quarantined and I have nothing better to do, so I might as well like create projects, you know what I mean? That being said, yeah, I just really want to put more effort into this channel, so I'm going to tell you guys a story time. Okay, so if you guys don't know, I'm from Colorado, and I was living on Capitol Hill in Denver, if you guys are familiar with the area at all. I was staying at this one apartment complex, which I actually renewed my lease to, so I was technically there for 2 years, even though I was like in between Derek's place and then we moved in together, all that jazz. For my renewal for the second year, it got bought out, or it was only 9 months the renewal. That being said, it got bought out by another company because essentially the previous management group can afford to keep it open anymore. So they got bought out by this other apartment complex. The other apartment complex is known for like having a lot of like beginner apartments for people, especially living uptown, downtown area. Okay, so there was a lot of work that needed to be done on this apartment. Like, these are the things you don't notice when you first rent, but there's just like a lot of issues with the apartment itself, how it was managed, how maintenance handled things, etc. So it was a terrible experience. It truly was like one of the worst living situations of my life. I've never had more issues living in a place ever. That being said, so me and Derek moved into our new place around the end of February, and so our lease wasn't up until March of this year, obviously, for the other apartment complex. So we moved in early to the one that we're currently at, which we love, by the way. We're definitely upgrading. It definitely feels like a nicer environment. My only issue really is like the people upstairs can be loud, but I mean, yeah, pick your battles, right? It's just got such great lighting, so much more space. We were like filled to the brim with furniture. If you remember our old apartment at all, it was just like absurdly filled. The kitchen was really small, it was really badly lit as well. Management was just awful as well. We were also on the first story, so like looking out, you could see everyone on the street. We always had to keep our blinds closed. Now we're on like the second story and we're in a gated community, so no transients or anything like that. The most we see are like our neighbors walking their dogs or something like that. That being said, we were also off of a really busy street. If you guys know 14th Street in Colorado, that's where we were. It's a one-way and it's 3 lanes, and I think the speed is like 35 or something like that, but people just zoom. I've seen people drive down the wrong way on the one-way. It was just, there's a lot of issues with this apartment. That being said, so we moved into this new apartment complex early, and we were slowly moving our stuff from the old apartment to the new apartment. I would do it in one swift go. Derek is very much a chip away at a project type person. So we were slowly moving our stuff from the other apartment to our new one. Alright, so they were doing a lot of renovations on our apartment because they just had to bring everything up to code, which included like the rooftop area. Most apartment complexes have like a leasing office or something, especially like downtown, uptown. That way you could be in direct communication with management. They were redoing like the walls. They painted them this really ugly yellow color. They're tearing like the actual insides of a lot of apartments up, and that's why we couldn't renew our lease, which I'm so glad we didn't decide to do, or decided against, I guess, because it was an awful apartment complex, and like I said, we've definitely gotten to a better place. But anyways, there's a lot of renovations going on, including like redoing the front door of the apartment complex. So Derek went before me one day, and I was going to meet up with him later, and he said that while he was cleaning the apartment, like getting stuff together to move to our current apartment, some guy walked in, and he like beelined to our bathroom and just used the bathroom while Derek was like in the apartment. Derek ended up confronting him. The guy was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He had like broken English. He was obviously like one of the maintenance workers. And then we were furious about that because, first of all, how are people allowed in our apartment? Second of all, like, did they steal our code? Because we had like a number system. We weren't sure if they stole our code. We didn't know if the management group was like involved with like giving them a code to our apartment because they knew that we left early, which is honestly my best hunch, but who am I to assume, right? Like, these are just assumptions. That being said, like, we were really upset about that. They didn't offer to concession us at all. It was just a very ridiculous situation. We like almost got the police involved. They ended up just canceling both of our codes. And yeah, it's just this whole ordeal that was really messy. But the biggest thing was that we started noticing things were missing from our apartment that we were like planning on moving from the old apartment to the new apartment, which included our vacuum, which I bought with my own money. So we noticed that neither me or Derek had brought it to this apartment, and I knew for a fact that I left it at the old apartment, but he said it wasn't in the apartment at all. So obviously, someone took the vacuum. We're not necessarily saying it was maintenance. It could have been someone who actually works at the apartment, etc. So essentially, we told them the situation, and we had to threaten them with the police again. They ended up giving me a new vacuum, which is the same exact one that I had, which is really convenient because I didn't have to go to the store or anything like that. So now we have a vacuum for this one, and it's kind of nice having a new one, but it sucks that we're under that situation in general where we had to request a new vacuum, and you know, we've gone weeks without having a vacuum. We live in a carpeted place now, so it gets very, very dirty, especially with both having a dog and a cat that shed pretty frequently. So that was my horror apartment story. Hi guys, ignore my appearance. I realize I'm wearing the same sweater as I was in this video, but this is Editing Hana popping in just to notify you guys that we actually realized that they had taken a lot of our cleaning supplies as well as my boyfriend's suits. So this is going to be an ongoing thing. I'm going to email the company tomorrow just to follow up because they said they were on top of it, but you know how it goes. They don't like to take responsibility. So I will either update you guys in my vlogs or I'll make a separate video for it. As far as our new place goes, like I said, I'm a big fan of it. It's a little bit more family friendly too, generally speaking. And like I said, the only issue we've really had are like the people above us. Sometimes they're just a little bit loud, and I've talked to the person above us before and they understand like that they can get rowdy. Be an issue besides that. And I can't wait to get like patio furniture and like get command strips to hang my art in my office space, and I can't wait to record way more videos. Which brings me to my next topic. I'm curious what you guys would be interested in. I personally love watching vlogs. Let me know if you're the same way. But if you guys want like designated videos on like certain topics or anything like that, if you find that interesting, let me know. I could do fashion videos. Like I said, I'm not that great at makeup because I don't like putting a lot on my face. I feel like it irritates me. I could do skincare videos, but my skin's not awesome right now, so actually if anyone has a recommendation for a good moisturizer, please leave it down below in the comments because I would love one, because I'm using that Acure one that I think I showed in a vlog. If you guys watch my videos regularly, like you are up to date with everything, right? So I feel like the Acure one has been breaking me out more so than any other moisturizer I've used, especially like on my cheeks. When I was in high school, I used to have really bad cystic acne, and I don't know if you can see right now, but I have kind of like a small pimple going away now. That being said, it's not a huge issue except for the fact that obviously like I want clear skin, I drink lots of water, I feel like, you know, I work for it, so I think that moisturizer is breaking me out. There's no easy way, in my personal opinion, to know which products are kind of screwing you over and which ones aren't, besides like process of elimination. So I'm doing my entire skincare as usual and omitting that and just using my Everyone face lotion right now. That being said, I'm going to see if that was the cause of the breakout, and if so, I'm going to have to find a new moisturizer, so I would love some new recommendations. And then I'm also in the market for a serum. I think I have my eye on one, but I want to see if it goes on sale first, right? Because nothing's better than a deal. But if you guys have any skincare recommendations, let me know. I have like combination skin. And then what else? It's pretty dry actually now that I think about it. It's dry but sensitive, if that makes sense. Let me know what type of things you guys want to see. I personally, like I said, love watching cooking videos, vlogs, unboxings, things of that nature, really pretty art shots. And I also want to do a video, now that I think about it, of like my favorite YouTubers, so maybe I'll change shirts and then do that. Anyways, I hope you guys like this little one-on-one chat. I wish I had something better to show in the background. I know I keep looking at the viewfinder. It's one of those things that I'm just eventually going to have to grow out of. I haven't been on camera in such a long time. Funny story too is that this is the same exact camera that I was using back in my high school days. And then if you guys have seen the movie Catfight on Netflix, I just watched it recently with Derek, they have the same exact camera. I know, because like when you open the screen, it's a touch screen like Sony one. Unless it's like a slightly older or newer version, but like when you open the screen it makes this very specific noise, and then they put like a cover over it, obviously to cover the brand, but like I had a feeling it was like the same exact camera as me. So if you guys are interested in what camera I use, I'll link it down below. It's very old, but it does the job. It's like all reliable, you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like, I don't know, I don't want anything too bulky. It's like a really good size for me. I'm like a small girl, so I don't need like a massive camera, especially with like the types of videos I film at least. Maybe I'll get to that level. But yeah, let me know if you guys have questions below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.